5 is Laura Hughes. How about it, fans? Your first affordable towing and recovery Thunderstock feature of 2014. Put your hands together for them. One lap from the green flag.
Ready to go. 8-cylinder stock cars, always one of the best features of the evening. Silverthorne Bailey on the front row coming to the green flag. Dale Shuneman shows them the green. The first affordable towing and recovery Thunderstock feature is underway, and they barrel down into corner number 1.
How about that? A couple asphalt standouts running good here at the front of the dirt field. 4 wide to get the season underway. Bleach, Winger, and McDonald in there with Wyatt Van Wart.
And Ryan Beagle also up there in that Camaro in the 84, who's fishtailing it off before he gets a tag in the rear end from the 108 of Billy Bleach.
They get it straight and clean. Here comes the 49. Dave Bailey working on the outside. Silverthorne digging in the 9. Coming up the bottom, Wyatt Van Wart looking for a middle groove if there is one.
They work it off of corner 4. 3 cars for the lead. Wyatt Van Wart down to the inside of Dave Bailey. And they look to the outside of Dave Silverthorne. Bill Bleach holding on in 4th. And the defending champion, Lee Winger, hanging in 5th.
Down into 3. Here comes Silverthorne again. He really picked up his game the past 2 seasons for the feature win. At Bailey up on the outside. Wyatt Van Wart, the former champ, splitting the top 3.
Wyatt Van Wart, all part of that green team, the affordable towing and recovering team, sitting in 2nd spot. He's got multiple wins here in competition at Ohsweken Speedway. At the front, though, Dave Silverthorne. In car number 9, leading the way as the 38 of John Cote has a right front flat.
Silverthorne streaking away ahead of Wyatt Van Wart. Bill Bleach Jr. fading back a little bit into the clutches of Lee Wingers. Number 2, Bailey slips up in 2, and that will bring both of them on the outside.
John Cote into the pit area now, that right front flat as the leaders come off of corner number 4 to work lap number 5 of this feature event. Silverthorne, Van Wart, then it's Bleach now to 3rd, Bailey back to 4th, and Lee Winger still in 5th.
Swinging it down the back straightaway and extending his lead even more is the Silverthorne number 9. Bill Bleach Jr. up on the move now. He grabs 3rd and starting to pull away from Bailey and Winger.
Lap cars will begin to be a factor here for the leaders as Casey Huffman and the Deliverance Machine also there, the 40 car at the tail. Silverthorne easily gets by the first lap car, but it's going to get a lot heavier here soon as Silverthorne goes off the side of the 40, and then Wyatt Van Wart nearly makes contact.
Wow. That was close there with the leaders. They both get through. Winger and Bleach will be the next ones to try and tangle with the 40 machine. Now up front, the leader Silverthorne coming up on Hoffman and Farmer at the back of this one. Car into the front straightaway wall. It's Mike Miller, and the right front gone off the 73. Debris down there against the wall halfway between the start-finish line and the exit of turn number 4. Miller will need a hook on the front of the Turk Logan paint job, number 73. So,
the 13 of Casey Huffman will get back by the leaders as they go back to the last completed lap. And the 40 of Derek Liverance will go in behind Wyatt Van Wart in the 04, his team car. So, the 9 of Dave Silverthorne is your leader. The 04 Wyatt Van Wart is 2nd. Then you've got the lap car of Derek Liverance and the 40.
Still a whack to go. How many are we going, Greg?
20 is the distance. 13 to settle it now. Pack tighten back up. Green flag is in the air. Dale Shuneman displays the green flag, and we're back on it. Van Wart and Silverthorne, and here comes Billy Bleach to the outside.
Silverthorne working through on the bottom, on the outside. Wyatt Van Wart getting the jump, but you're right. Here comes Bleach in the 108.
Bill Bleach running that Glenn Stires Mikey Krutchka line. Not quite as far out, but trying to find some grip out there to get by these top 2.
Well, it works here at Ohsweken because when the other guys lift off or get on the brakes on the inside, you can keep your foot in the gas another 20 or 30 feet. The problem is you got to make sure you can make that left-hand turn when you go that much further.
Leaders off of corner 4. Wyatt Van Wart, your leader. Dave Silverthorne sitting in second. Billy Bleach third. Fourth is Dave Bailey, and then it gets tight for fifth. Lee Winger, Carl Salt, and Jesse McDonald all there, side by each.
Yes, it's early in the year, but it's very important to start it with a good run. You don't want to start the points battle back in 18th. You want to be in the top 5 or 3 if you can to make them chase you all year. Great way to start your season for Wyatt Van Wart, the former champ in Silverthorne, who would love to put his name on that trophy.
Battle at the front, tightening up as Dave Silverthorne draws a little closer to the back end of the 04 of Wyatt Van Wart. They come across the stripe and complete the 11th lap that time by 9 to settle it.
Wyatt Van Wart sawing on the wheel through turn 2. That brings Silverthorne up to the rear bumper a little bit closer each lap. Here comes Silverthorne, nosing to the outside, trying to find a bit of momentum to come around Wyatt Van Wart. They've left Bill Bleach way back there.
Yeah, top 2 have definitely broken away with 8 laps to go, and for Bill Bleach, he's got about 4 good cars right behind him ready to take away that podium finish as Dave Bailey has gotten back into the mix and Carl Salt works to the inside of him.
Silverthorne brings it straight out of turn number 4. Carl Salt on the move, battling with Bailey as you mentioned. He gets up into 4th place, but that car is ugly. It's pushing bad through turn 1, and Bailey will take advantage of that.
So at the front, the top 2 remain about the same distance apart as Silverthorne. You wonder if maybe he's just kind of riding it out, waiting for the final few laps, or if this is all he's got for the leader. He'll make a look down to the inside this time as they get a run.
Silverthorne working on the inside of Wyatt Van Wart. Wyatt's teammate, Derek Liverance, going to be in the mix before this one is out. Now he gets the signal from Dale Shulman. High five, and Liverance goes up to the top a little bit. Not far enough to be out of the leader's way, though.
They're going to have 4 to go this time by with Wyatt Van Wart, Dave Silverthorne. Van Wart works to the outside of his team car, Derek Liverance. Silverthorne stays in tow. Bill Bleach a long way back in 3rd. Carl Salt in 4th, and he is dealing with Dave Bailey on the bottom side.
No, what is Liverance thinking? He just spun out the 2nd place car with his teammate leading, and that is not going to get you any favors in the pits. 40 has been parked. Take it right to the pits. Comes the call from race control. Silverthorne's got to be disgusted inside that 9 car.
Yeah, he can't be happy. Stayed in touch with the leader, Wyatt Van Wart, throughout those laps, just running patient lines, trying to get a little momentum on the leader. And then that happens and takes away his chance at a victory now with just 4 laps to go. The chances of working all the way back up through the field with this many cars still remaining, not looking good for the 9 of Dave Silverthorne. So Wyatt Van Wart is the leader. Bill Bleach now is in 2nd, and look who's in 3rd all of a sudden. Carl Salt has worked his way up there. Dave Bailey in 4th, 5th the 2 of Lee Winger, then is Jesse McDonald in 6th, and a great run for the youngster Chase House sitting there in 7th, adapting well into the Thunderstocks. 8th is Jim Lampman, 9th Jack Myers, and Trevor DeBoer in the 23 will round out the top 10 with 4 laps to settle it and 1 more feature to go. The Stricklands GMC Crate Sprint Car Division coming up next for their first ever main event.
You know, Greg, sometimes when I'm watching the races, I wish I could just pause it, because I could see Liverance had no hope of ever slowing down, and he was still in the gas way too late, and you're just like, stop before you hit the 9, but no, it didn't quite work. We couldn't reverse that one, and he just plowed right through. There was, from my vantage point, the 40 had no hope of getting slowed up there. He was just way too into it, and I think when the leaders go by, you get excited and figure, I can go as fast as they are, and not quite when you're lapped for the 2nd time. You got to just back out, let the leaders do their thing.
So Wyatt Van Wart now has some new adversaries behind him, Billy Bleach and Carl Salt. Salt has methodically worked his way through the field. Let's see if he's got anything for the leader on this restart. Green is out, 4 laps left for Wyatt Van Wart.
Big break for Bleach. Can he kind of get into the head of Wyatt Van Wart? He'll need to do something. Here comes Carl Salt on the bottom. He hasn't been really the story tonight, but he has been inside the top 5. Now he's going to get in the headlines.
Bleach on the outside, Salt on the extreme bottom, trying to work their way around the leader, Wyatt Van Wart, with 3 laps to go. Does either of these drivers have anything for Wyatt Van Wart? Carl Salt to second, bobbles a little that time.
Down the back chute, Wyatt Van Wart with the lead here. Carl Salt. Car doesn't look so great on the entry turns, but man, does it ever dig in and pull down the straightaways.
He's so good down on the bottom side, right up against that wall, finding just a little bit of tack, and he works by Bill Bleach. But Bleach gets that run on the higher line, keeps his momentum. And Wyatt Van Wart, if he had a mirror, he'd like what he's seeing second place being contested side by side.
Bleach still married up to the high side as the white flag comes out for Wyatt Van Wart in the 0-4. Salt pushes hard on the bottom. Can he reel up to him? He does it out of 2.
Wow, good run for Carl Salt. He'll have one last crack at it down in corners 3 and 4. Oh, he had to let off there, or I think he would have tapped the 0-4. It's going to give the win to Wyatt Van Wart in the 0-4. Carl Salt second, Billy Bleach third.
Dave Bailey will come across fourth. Lee Winger will round out the top 5 in the number 2. Don't forget, folks, we still have our first ever Strickland Crate Sprint Car feature to come up. You might want to stick around and watch history happen here tonight.
So we'll send Tommy Gooch down to Mobile 1 Victory Lane with the first Affordable Towing and Recovery Thunderstock feature winner of the season. And he's part of the Affordable Towing group, Team Green. Wyatt Van Wart goes to Victory Lane. Crate Sprint Cars up next. First ever feature. Find out whose name will go in the record books as the first ever feature winner. Let's go down trackside. Tommy Gooch in Mobile 1 Victory Lane.
He's out of the car now. Make some noise for your feature winner in the Thunderstock tonight. It's Wyatt Van Wart. Well, Wyatt, you got a couple of feature wins last year, but some bad luck kept you out of the championship chase. And this is a good way to get the 2014 championship chase going, isn't it?
Well, first of all, who says Green's unlucky at the races? And I was having a good fight there with Silverthorne throughout the whole thing. I was hoping I'd keep fighting until the end. Fortunately, he got in my teammate, just let everyone know that was not planned. And ran pretty good throughout the whole thing. Car's running perfect.
Well, you got a bunch of sponsors on this car that help you get here every week. Who do you want to thank?
Of course, I have to thank Affordable Towing Recovery, Jay. He's helped me set up the car throughout the season, get it ready. I have to thank Gary Dunn's Automotive. He's set up all the timing and everything for it. AMS Oil, of course. Can't run any oil but it. And Oshwegan, all the fans. Thank you.
There he is, Wyatt Van Wart, your first feature winner in the Thunderstocks for 2014. And Clint and Jeffrey are going to go over and get a word with Carl Salt and Billy Bleach, our second and third place drivers tonight.
Carl, what a run tonight. Can you be pleased with second? I mean, we were talking in the closing laps. You weren't really in the headlines, but at the end of the race, you're here where you need to be on the front stretch.
Yeah, right from the back, slow and steady, and making my way up there. I saw an opening there in the last lap there. I just pushed it too hard, and he got the win. I'm proud of him. He's a well-deserving team there to get that. I'll settle for second tonight. I'm happy with that. And I'd like to thank my sponsors for getting me out here tonight again.
You got it. Carl Salt comes across the second. Billy Bleach Jr., third tonight. Bleach, the car just didn't look quite. It was like this much too loose on the top for you. Talk about your run. You just need a little bit more.
I can't complain after all the problems I've been having to start the year off. The bottom is where you needed to be here. It's strange. You never come here and predict around the bottom, but never had the opportunity to get down there. So just did what I could on the outside there, but it's dry. There's nothing out there.
All right, there you have it. How about a hand for the top three? Wyatt Van Wart, Carl Salt, and Bill Bleach Jr. down here.